Recently, I had the opportunity to compete at the Air and Armor Show hosted by Team Honeycracked with my new plant weight combat robot, Raincheck. This event was the first plant event I have been to that does not allow TPU armor and had 2-minute matches, so I thought it'd be fun to bring a horizontal. My bot is called Raincheck because, let's take a rain check and do it tomorrow. I would explain that it's a procrastination joke, but I'll get to it later. It's four-wheel drive with custom cast wheels with TPU gears and PLA Plus gears driven by N20 motors. It has a 6-inch diameter weapon that's ground scraping, powered by a 5010 brushless motor, all powered by a 3S battery. The main failure modes I was concerned about is that the weapon motor is only 720 kV, so even with the large diameter, my tip speed is relatively low, so I was worried about losing weapon on weapons with verts. And if it ever gets inverted and uppercut, I'm pretty sure the weapon will just fall off. And finally, because the weapon is quite large and the weapon system itself is about 250 grams, I didn't have a lot of weight for armor, so the body is only 2 walls and the wheel guards are only 1. So I'm pretty sure a sharp vert will poke a hole through it and a drum could just wear it down over the course of a match. The main advantage this bot has is that it's really, really flat and with a pretty wide footprint. So it should be pretty stable even going up against verts. So if it can stay upside right, it'll probably do pretty well. So that's my bot. All that's left is for you to watch how it did against my first opponent, the Compact Vert Monster 777. That fight started okay, but I started gyro dancing around, and I could not get it to land back upright. During one of the shoves, Monster broke my drive gear, causing me to lose a drive side, and upside down and unable to maneuver, I went weapon on weapon, which went exactly how I thought it would. After my weapon flew off, I tapped out as down a drive side and with no weapon. I didn't really want to risk electronics damage as I had no spares. However, it turned out Monster was dead from electrical issues, so if I had stayed in, I would have won that fight. Oh well, live and learn. After this, I was pretty discouraged and ready to go 0-2. I actually spent about 15 minutes just wandering around the air show that this event was at, which proceeded to also make me sad when I spent $15 on a corn dog, which I did not realize was a foot long when I ordered it. However, I got back to the pits and got my robot back together to face my next opponent, Lobotomizer, the wide vert. Lobotomizer was really not working correctly out of the gate. His weapon never completely spun up, and it seemed like he was having drive issues. I got a couple of hits before getting flipped, and for some reason, Rain Check was driving terribly upside down, even though immediately after the match I threw it in the test box and it drove fine, both upside right and upside down, so I don't really know what was happening there. I was kind of worried Lobotomizer might spin up while I was upside down and decapitate me, but his weapon issues never really resolved. My weapon, though, was now too high up to get any kind of bite, so we just kind of awkwardly bumped into each other for 2 minutes before it went to the judges where Rain Check ended up winning. My next match was against Drumstick, the compact two-wheel drive drum spinner. Drumstick has always looked like a pretty decent bot, but at this event in particular, the improvements made to it really added up and it looked formidable. I really thought that this was the time it was truly the end for me. Okay. That was a surprise. Pretty much dominance from Rain Check, despite it decided halfway through it only wanted to drive backwards. I did learn from the builder of Drumstick afterwards that Drumstick was spinning the wrong direction, like spinning downwards for a decent portion of this fight, which definitely contributed to me winning, so looking forward to our rematch. My next fight was against Reagent from Team Moray. I have fought with Team Moray, I think, 5 times previously, both of us using different bots, with our record being about even. I actually thought I had a pretty good chance here, as I wasn't sure his drum could get any kind of bite on me, and I could probably just kick in his uprights before anything happened. I ended up winning this fight by judge's decision pretty convincingly. It's hard to tell from the video, but his uprights are so chewed up at the end of the fight, I'm really not sure how his weapon was still being retained. In return, he did a fair amount of damage to the nose of my bot, and bent one of the PLA Plus drive gears so bad I have no idea how it was still spinning. But onwards to the next match. If my last match was against a team I know well, this one is against a bot I know well. Nightmare. I have lost to this bot twice before with my other plant, Crabulon, so I was not really looking forward to this fight, as I knew it was a pretty durable bot. Okay, well, that started okay. He didn't realize I was a horizontal, so he left his long forks on, which I immediately chewed off. I got some big hits that left him pinballing violently around the arena before my weapon just kind of fell off in one of our exchanges, which not only meant I had no weapon, but it high-centered me really bad, so I couldn't really drive either. You can see in the fight that the only way I'm getting around at the end is by sort of spinning the weapon and driving the tires a bit, and it sort of awkwardly crab crawls around, which was enough to keep me from getting counted out. I very much lost this judge's decision. Note to self, if everyone is telling you press fit is not enough, it probably isn't. Honestly, overall, a really good tournament for Rain Check. I hope to bring it to another tournament where TPU is banned, because I refuse to fight with it with TPU forks, because horizontals and TPU forks is just sad. Hopefully I will continue to post on this channel, but I don't know. It's possible I'll take a Rain Check.